Kirstie, so good to see you. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Steve.
It is my pleasure. So let's just jump right into it. Would you please begin by simply introducing yourself and your organization, and then perhaps a little bit about why you guys care about sustainability?
Sure, Steve, and hello to the ISSA membership. My name is Kirstie Dabbs. I am a VP of Sustainability Consulting at Governance and Accountability Institute. We go by G&A for short. We are a sustainability consulting firm, and we were founded in 2006. So in the past 18 years, we've really seen the landscape change tremendously, and we've seen a huge uptick in corporate sustainability, which has been great. We work with companies at all stages of their sustainability journey. So many clients come to us at the very beginning where they don't know where to begin. Other clients are already leading in their sectors, and we continue to help them improve year over year. Some of the services that we offer are conducting materiality assessments, developing sustainability reports, supporting with surveys that companies are asked to fill out, such as CDP and EcoVadis. And we have a full greenhouse gas capability. So we help companies measure their emissions and set targets and reduction strategies. I've chosen to do this work because I see a huge gap between how we currently operate in our businesses and where we need to be in order to sustain long-term well-being for the planet. So business is a huge lever of change, and I get to work with my clients every day to help them improve in order to achieve sustainability.
For those looking in, these guys are awesome. They are an amazing organization with an incredible amount of expertise. And for those of you who have taken the Introduction to Sustainability course and are familiar with us, showing a graphic of how much the Standard & Poor's 500 have increased in reporting over the last 10 or 12 years. That's the research that the G&A Institute has provided, and these guys are awesome. So, Kirstie, thank you again for spending time with us.
Of course.
So let's jump into it. What reporting frameworks do you think are important, especially for those in the supply chain whose customers are asking for sustainability data?
Mm-hmm. There are a lot of requests coming across the desks of suppliers. We see this every day as well. So I first want to empathize with any ISSA members who find themselves in that position. With that said, there is not one single framework that is a one size fits all, because companies are definitely unique and different stakeholders will be asking for different information. And the frameworks are really built to meet individual stakeholder needs. I'd like to just look at two examples quickly, though. So one for large companies and one for smaller. If you're a large company and you meet a high revenue threshold that makes you subject to sustainability regulations, and if you find you have investors that are looking for sustainability information, I would say that TCFD is a framework to strongly consider. This stands for the Task Force for Climate-Related Financial Disclosures. It's been around for several years and has since sort of transitioned to a different oversight board, but in effect, it remains the same. It's a strategy for identifying and managing climate-related risk in a company. The reason I suggest this is because it aligns quite nicely with many regulations that are coming out. The current regulations that are in discussion in California and the United States Securities and Exchange Commission both include climate risk components. And the TCFD also dovetails with CDP questionnaires. This is something that I can easily recommend for a large company. For a smaller company, if you find that customers are your primary stakeholders that are asking for information, it's harder to just align with one framework, and I wouldn't necessarily recommend going all in on a single framework. because the key here is agility and flexibility to meet customer needs. So we have a strategy that we use at G&A that I would like to share. Just a few steps to help you really assess what you're being asked for and how to meet those requests. The first step is to really see all of the requests that have come your way and identify the commonalities within them, because I can assure you there will be overlap. There are only so many metrics that companies will be looking for. The second is to see what your largest customers are looking for, because in theory they might have a little bit of a priority over a smaller customer. And the next step would be to see which metrics you currently have available to share and which will be a long-term process to take. From there, you can strategically map out a plan to meet significant customer needs right now and build a plan to meet the others that you don't have in the future. And I think that's the best way to be flexible. And we see this as a very strong tool for managing sustainability requests.
Kirstie, based on your experience, what kind of trends are you seeing relative to sustainability reporting?
This is a great question for someone at G&A because we do closely monitor the trends. It's been years of doing so. There's a lot going on right now, and a few trends emerge that I'd like to focus on today. The first is the increasing regulation that we see related to sustainability reporting. This mainly affects large companies, but stemming from this, we're going to see more of a dialogue with upstream. So large companies that need to report on sustainability are going to be asking their suppliers for more metrics and more information about different impacts, risks, and opportunities that may be in their supply chain. So if you haven't yet been fielding enough requests, there may be more coming. I don't want to scare a supplier though, because there's some flexibility here. And I think as we transition into more reporting about value chain, we'll sort of find our way about the best level of information to share. You're not going to need full details about all of your programs just yet, but I do think it's coming. So please prepare for that. And then quickly sharing two trends that are really growing in importance. These are human rights and biodiversity. We're seeing guidance about how to better measure and manage nature-related biodiversity impacts and risks. And we're also seeing regulation coming from the EU about diligence in identifying negative human rights impacts in a company's activities. So keep these on your radar over the next couple of years, again, so that you're not caught off guard. And I suggest if you can start looking at these now just to get ahead of them, that would be, the best way to be prepared.
And would you expand a little bit more on what advice you might give, especially for smaller companies who are just getting started on their journey?
Sure. I would say, first of all, now is the time to start. There's a lot of urgency, as you may have heard me speak about. So there are regulations, there are customers, and there's societal reputation that's being discussed. So get started as soon as you can with a strategic intentional approach to mapping out what's coming your way and how you can meet those needs. And secondly, I would encourage you to reframe it, not as a compliance exercise, but as an opportunity. Because when you get to measure your metrics and identify risks in your company, you'll really be able to build more resilience. You'll be able to identify opportunities to be more efficient with your resources. You may save money, and you may even engage your employees by demonstrating that you're committed to improving. So get started where you are with intention so that you can take some ownership of this and not just be at the whim of the landscape.
We know it's coming. Let's be smart, right?
Yes.
So, um, any other thoughts that you have that you would just like to share based on your experience?
Yes. You know, if you haven't noticed, I really see a lot of opportunities to integrating sustainability into your business. And the clients that I work with that have seen the greatest success and transformation with this integration are those that have activated their employees. So just as I mentioned at the beginning that, I care about sustainability, so many people do as well. And I'm sure there are people within your organization that are passionate about this. So if you can identify the champions and the cheerleaders in your company that want to help in some way, even if sustainability is not in their title, that's a way to unlock a lot of opportunity for transformation. Every job description can contribute in some way to an environmental or social improvement in the company. And so I encourage you to, see how you can activate your employees to do just that.
Thank you. That's a really good idea. And if you don't mind me contributing to that, I think it's especially important to engage those who interact directly with customers, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, and demonstrating awareness and knowledge of what customers are looking for and how they may achieve benefits by having products with different sustainability attributes. These are all good for people who are engaging with customers regularly.
Kirstie, you're awesome. We really greatly appreciate you taking time with us. If members of ISSA want to get in touch with you, how can they do that?
Thank you for asking that, Steve. We have an email address that you can reach out to us at. It is info@ga-institute.com. If that's causing any trouble, please go to our website, GA Institute, and there are ways to reach out to contact us.